Hey guys, it's Kamisha and I want to welcome you back to the channel, but if this is your first time here, welcome. So I created this video for the person who sometimes struggles with their confidence. Confidence is a very important part of who we are. It's a really, really big part of your life. Studies show that those who have confidence actually are more successful in life. They achieve more of their goals and ultimately are more fulfilled. My hopes is that by the end of this video, you have some tools and some tips on how you can constantly walk in confidence and keep your confidence. So the first tip I have on how to walk in confidence with yourself is identifying those insecurities. Taking a look, and this requires you to be honest with yourself if you want to really elevate your level of confidence, and see what things about you are making you insecure or making you self-doubt or making you feel like you're not enough. I've gone through seasons in my life where I've not always been confident about things, maybe being in situations that have made me feel less than confident. And I had to look at that and see why I lacked confidence. I was in my preteen stages. I was taller than a lot of people in my class. You know, guys at that time hadn't reached their growth spurt and girls had reached it earlier. So my height was taller than most people in my class. And as a result, I felt a little bit uncomfortable being one of the taller girls in class. I would walk a little bit different. I wouldn't walk straight up. I'd walk a little bit hunched over, my shoulders kind of hunched, because I subconsciously was trying to fit in with the height of the other people in my class or other people around me. And my mom would encourage me when she saw this. She would ask me, you know, why am I walking this way? And I didn't really know why. I didn't know how to explain it. I didn't know how to say as a 13-year-old, I don't like being taller than everyone else, but that's what the issue was. And so as my mom began to just encourage me and let me know, hey, you're your height and you should embrace that and you should love that. And over time, I began to get more comfortable in my skin. And now I absolutely love my height. I appreciate being a taller girl. I'm actually only 5'8", so I'm not super tall, but I love wearing heels. I love being tall. I embrace that part of my life. I embrace that part of who I am because that's who I was created to be. My genetics, my makeup has made me a taller person, and I absolutely love it now. So there's something about yourself that's causing you to be insecure, then learn to embrace that thing about yourself that's holding you back from walking in confidence. It could be anything about your personal appearance, something about your hair. The list can go on for reasons why we sometimes lack confidence in our appearance. But whatever it is about you, you were created that way for a reason. You were created that way with intention, and you were created that way for a purpose. And it may take some time, it might be a process, but ultimately you want to learn how to love yourself. The number 2 tip I have to walking in confidence is facing your fears. So anytime that you feel like you're afraid to do something or just walking in fear in general, just accept the fact that you don't have to be fearful. You don't have to allow fear to cripple you from doing something that you want to do or being who you truly want to be. If you're a Christian like myself, I do believe in God's word, and he says himself that he's not given us the spirit of fear. And so I really don't welcome fear. And although sometimes fear will come to you, you don't have to accept it. The presence of fear will rob you of your confidence. Fear in trying something new, whether it's fear in taking on a new responsibility, fear of talking to new people. There could be so many things in fear that can just hold you back from being confident. There's been times in my life where fear has come to me, whether it was something new that I was doing. I remember the first time I got asked to speak a brunch full of women. And this was my first time ever speaking publicly before. And I honestly felt like I was not quite ready. Although speaking is something that I said I wanted to do, something that I knew that I would be good at. But when the opportunity came, fear also came. Did I want to let the fear keep me from an opportunity that I knew I wanted, or did I want to override that fear and go ahead and pursue that opportunity that was given to me? Well, I went ahead and chose to overcome the fear, and I will tell you, to this day, I still remember those moments. I remember meeting all the amazing women after the brunch telling me how my story really helped them. I remember connecting with some amazing women that I'm still in touch with now. I just remember just feeling so thankful and grateful that I did not let that fear keep me from doing what I knew I wanted to do. And in doing that, it really did build my confidence. So I just want to let you know that anything that you feel like you're afraid of, understand that there is confidence and there is greatness on the other side of that fear. Another tip I have on helping you walk in confidence for yourself is monitoring your thoughts of yourself and your self-talk. Want to monitor what you think about yourself and monitor where those thoughts might have come from. Sometimes you may have a negative thought about yourself due to a couple of different factors. One, it could be your surroundings. Unfortunately, there are some situations where you may not have been cultivated in a very encouraging environment, whether that could be people around you speaking negatively to you or speaking negatively about you. No matter what someone has said to you, you have the power to overcome those negative words and overcome those negative thoughts and to believe the best about yourself. People can tell you all day great things about yourself, but if you really don't believe it, then it's not going to do you much good. Try to find out where the root of those thoughts come from, because wherever they come from, you can uproot those thoughts, and then that will lead you to change how you speak to yourself. Avoid speaking negatively about yourself. Don't say things that are negative about yourself, like, oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, I'm so stupid. I can't ever do anything right. I'm so clumsy. Don't speak those things about yourself, because you saying that about yourself is definitely going to hold a lot of weight when it comes to your confidence. So the mind is very receptive on what you say and speak to yourself. So if you are wanting to grow and walk in full confidence, then let's monitor those negative things that you're saying about yourself and discontinue that today. I can look at my life and think of plenty of times I've done some things that I'm like, girl, what were you thinking? However, I try not to get down on myself or even think about things and be like, oh, I was so dumb, because that's me speaking negatively about myself. And you can tailor your words, you can tailor your thoughts, and that will change your life for the better. This leads me to my next point. Avoid being around people who chip away at your confidence. Now, this is going to be a little bit challenging, because if you take inventory of your life and if you really, really struggle with your confidence, you may find that some of the sources for your lack of confidence could be the people around you. Now, if you find that you're around people who are tearing away at your confidence, they're speaking negatively to you, they're speaking negatively about you, they are not appreciating you, not valuing you. Maybe they're talking to you in a very demeaning manner. Maybe they're always shooting down something that you want to do. Maybe they just don't listen to you. It could be a family member. Unfortunately, this does happen, where you could be tied to very closely to a family member that just chips away at your self-confidence. It can be a hard pill to swallow. But the good news about this is that if you want to grow in your confidence, you have the power, you have the authority to monitor any relationship, any connection in your life that is not helping you grow. They are a parent, if they are a grandparent, they could be an aunt or uncle, somebody that you really look up to, somebody that you always want to have in your life, but you just accept the fact that, every time I talk to this person, I feel less than. Or every time I share something with this person, I leave feeling less confident in myself. And I'm not saying that, you're not going to have people in your life that may tell you the truth, and sometimes the truth doesn't always feel good. But what I'm saying is, if you have relationships in your life that are damaging to your confidence and damaging to your self-esteem, you need to adjust those relationships, because it is more important for you to have a good sense of self-confidence than to hold on to connections that are depleting you and making you feel less than how you should. Have a conversation with that individual. Maybe that person does not realize they're saying some harmful things to hurt you, that they are doing some things to make you feel bad. Come to a resolve so that you can learn how to walk in confidence for yourself. And if those individuals are not willing to hear you out, listen to you, and care about what you're saying, you probably don't need that person as close to you as you think you do. Because part of being confident is understanding that your value and your self-worth is a priority. It doesn't mean that you're thinking of yourself better or higher than anyone else, but it does mean that you value your worth and you understand that you matter. So my next tip after we do that is getting around people who actually have a good sense of confidence in themselves. So this could be difficult for you at first if you grew up in an environment that taught you a little bit different about being self-confident. Because honestly, some people grew up believing that if you're confident in yourself, that's a sense of arrogance, or you shouldn't think too good of yourself because that's just not good. So you may have been in a culture where people just kind of rejected compliments, didn't know how to accept something nice being said to them. And then when you get around that, that could make you feel uncomfortable. Or sometimes if you're around a person who's really confident in themselves, you might look at them as, oh, they're arrogant. You know, the person could have just said, oh, I like how this dress looks on me. I love my hair like this. Oh, I'm really proud of what I did at work this week. And if you're not used to that, then you could take that as them being too high, or, you know, their self-worth just might not relate to you for where you are. But I want to encourage you to commit to that process of change. Anytime we're changing our surroundings, anytime we're changing our mindset, it's going to be uncomfortable in the beginning. But I assure you that if you stick to that process of growth, change, and adaptation, you too will begin to see that it is okay to be confident in yourself. It's healthy, it's good, and it feels so much better not to be down on yourself and not to speak negatively about yourself and not to always have to second guess something that you want to do because you don't have the confidence to go forward. Find people in your life that you can go to that want to see you succeed, that want to see you do good, that value who you are as a person and does not try to constantly put you down or make you feel less. People who can listen to you and tell you, hey, this sounds like a good idea. It might take some work to get there, but I believe that you can do it. Those are the type of people that you want around you to help you be more confident. The next tip I have on increasing your confidence is to stop comparing yourself to other people. Now, we've heard the term that comparison is the thief of joy, and I wholeheartedly believe that. Comparing yourself to other people not only will steal your joy, but it will kill your confidence. There's no way that you can live your life to the fullest by comparing yourself to other people. It's good to appreciate others, what they have, what they're doing, but don't get so far off track with looking at somebody else that you fail to see the great things that you have in life, the great things that are going on for you, the great person that you are, because you are valuable. You have greatness on the inside of you. There are things about you that no one else on this earth has. There are things in you that no one else in this earth can do it like you. You're watching this and you find that you compare yourself to other people, maybe how someone else looks. You might want to look like them. Oh, I wish my hair was like theirs. Oh, I wish my skin was like theirs. Oh, I wish my body was like hers. Oh, I wish I was muscular like him. Then I want to really tell you to stop doing that, because you're not able to really value yourself while you are comparing yourself to someone else. Sometimes I am inspired to do things to better myself, or if you want to learn something new that you see someone else doing, that's fine, but make sure it's a healthy desire and a healthy appreciation of someone else. You don't want to start idolizing someone else, gluing your eyes on what this person's doing, how they're being successful, how they're operating in their life, how they're doing on their job. You have a completely different career. If you want to be spiritual about it, You're over there concerning yourself with someone else's assignment that you haven't even been given. But here you are, you have 10 assignments that has been given to you in your life, and you haven't even started one. Why? Because you are comparing yourself to what someone else is doing. And we don't want to waste time doing that when you have so much greatness on the inside of you to do what you're created to do. Don't compare yourself. I know it might be a challenge sometimes when you are at a place where you might feel like things are not going for you the way you feel like they should. But you always want to step back and see, what can I be grateful for today? And I promise, if you spend time on gratitude and gratefulness, that will increase your confidence every time. When I think about my life and the things that I have and the blessings that I've been given, how I'm healthy, how I am just in a great time of my life, I don't have time to look at what I may not have yet. I'm going to be confident to know that the best is still yet to come. So there's no need for you to compare yourself to anybody else, okay? Just value yourself and know that you are exactly where you need to be with what you need to have and who you need to be. My next tip on how to walk in full confidence is prioritizing your self-care. It is very important to prioritize yourself and care for yourself. Spiritual and mental health affect physical health. Really depleted or you're spiritually downhearted, that can truly affect a lot of things. If you want to walk in confidence, learn to take care of yourself. You want to make sure that you're doing what it takes for you to be your best. You can't depend on somebody else to make sure that you do what's best for you. And I make sure throughout the day that I am doing what it takes to keep myself in a good place. If I'm feeling kind of down, I know what it takes to get me back where I need to be so that my confidence is not wavering. Here are some things that can help you prioritize your self-care. 1, making sure that you are getting proper rest. Monitor things that are going in your eyes. Monitor what you're looking at, monitor what you're listening to, monitor conversations that you're having. What are you exposing yourself to? All those things can impact your mental and physical health. And in turn, that can impact your confidence. In the mornings, whatever it takes for you, it could be prayer, meditation, listening to a positive song. It could be watching something very uplifting. Whatever it takes for you to kind of set the tone for your day, then that is what it takes for you. It takes for me to set the tone for my day is to think on good things, and think about what God has said for my life, prayer, meditation, listening to a good song. All those things really help me set a foundation for my day. The thing that helps you prioritize your self-care is being mindful of really what you're putting in your body. I've learned with myself that what I'm putting into my body affects my confidence. It affects how I feel, and how I feel affects my confidence. So what you put in your body, it can either help you or harm you. And I mean that. It's cool to have balance. I'm not saying you have to be like a health fanatic. I'm not saying you have to be on some crazy diet, but I'm saying that in order for you to be a confident person, you want to prioritize your physical health, okay? When you eat well, you feel good. When you put good things in your body, you have more energy. When you have more energy, it produces more confidence. Not only that, guys, just to be honest with you, the way that you appear to yourself, well, that can control how confident you feel. I know for me, when I went on a health journey about 2 years ago, gained weight over the pandemic, I had gained 30 pounds. And I really didn't realize that I had gained that amount of weight until some things in my life just changed and I had a moment to really pay more attention to me. Going through the run of life and just working and having responsibilities and just eating whatever was available and eating whenever I could, not really being intentional about that, then that's something that I intentionally wanted to work on. So I did. I was more intentional about when I ate, what time of day, what I was putting in my body, you know. At that time, I got real strict. It took some time, but I'm so thankful that I did that. And it was hard at first. It was a challenge. It was not easy changing my habits. It was very, very hard. It was definitely worth it when I look back on the changes I made with my life, learning to know myself more physically and learning my body. I can say that it was all worth this. Your physical health is something that is a barrier from keeping you from being 100% confident. I want to encourage you to do what it takes to change that. Do what it takes to improve that. There can always be something you can do to change yourself, to make you feel better. It's not about what anybody else thinks about you. If you're happy with where you are physically, if you're happy with where you are spiritually, if you're happy with where you are mentally, then do what's working for you. But if you feel like there's some areas that you lack confidence, that you feel insecure, if you feel like you always have anxiety for whatever reason, there's something that can be done. And here's my last tip on ways to walk in complete confidence for yourself. Finding a way to help other people. That's right. So when you actually take the focus so much off yourself and you put the focus on helping somebody else who really can use your help, that is going to increase your confidence. Why? Because you realize that life is not just about obsessing over ourselves, how we look, what we don't have, what we want more of, what we need more of. We begin to realize in helping other people how blessed we really are. Find someone in your life that you can truly help and serve them and help them. Do what you can to help them out. That truly has been one of the greatest joys of my life, is being able to help other people in different capacities. It's not always the same. The way I help one person may not be the way I help another person, but just knowing that you have the opportunity to make a difference with who you are, I have no reason to complain. I should be confident in what I'm doing. I should be bold. I should be secure with who I am, because someone on this earth is benefiting from my existence. That whatever it is that you may be dealing with, whatever it is that might be keeping you from walking in complete confidence, I just want to remind you that you are definitely worth it. You are definitely worthy, and you definitely are capable of being the very best person that you want to be in life. I don't care what it is that you're dealing with, whether it be internal or external or things surrounding you. You have the power to change it. You have the power to grow, and you have permission to change. Don't let anyone tell you that you cannot change, because you can. And so I'm going to end the video because I can go on with this. This is something I am highly passionate about. This is something that means just a lot to me. Every reason in the world to be confident, because you are worth it. So that is all I have for this video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Comment below if something stood out to you on this video. And as always, don't forget to be great on purpose. And I will see you in the next video.